Transform your hair with hair growth products by 12 tribes on Earth. Experience natural, powerful ingredients that promote thicker, longer, and healthier hair. Say goodbye to thinning and hello to confidence. Hair growth oil, shampoo, spray, and butter by 12 tribes on Earth because your hair deserves the best. Just look for the links in the comments section.
Ladies and gentlemen, Byron Donald, Tim Scott, Candace Owens, these are the ones that always tell us to let's move forward, forget about the past, or they're just race deniers altogether. Well, he done came out talking about, well, black families were together during Jim Crow. Jim Crow was a miserable time, just like today is a miserable time for our people. And, I notice y'all want to bring these things up when it's convenient for you. But if we bring it up in general, oh, think about race too much and all this stuff, get out of here. You know, Ladies and gentlemen, this was a terrible time period for our people. And I guess they're raising these raccoons raise these kind of things just so their white slave master don't feel so bad about what they did to us. Well, hell, I ain't got to make them feel better about shit. Okay, excuse my language. I ain't got to make these people feel better about a goddamn thing. So I'm sick of these raccoons, y'all. I'm sick of them. We should have dealt with them long ago. This is the reason why they're so empowered today because nothing ever happens to them. Nothing. Trump surrogate Byron Donalds harkens back to Jim Crow era when the black family was together. Well, the black family still is together. Despite what y'all try to claim, the black family still is together. You know why? Because you can tell by the way they have certain things in place. Mass incarceration is still going on. That was a big tool they used to keep the families in our community separated. And it's still going on because we're not as away from each other as they're claiming, y'all. That's why they still got mass incarceration going on. It's not about what these people say. It's always watch the actions. Go by the actions, not by the lame ass words that come out of their mouth. Those are just useless words that make them feel better. So, anyway, Republican Rep Byron Donalds speaking Tuesday at a black voter outreach event for former President Donald Trump suggests black families were more unified and better off during the Jim Crow era. No, our people were not better off. The unified, yeah, we had to be unified. But the better off, no, we were not better off during Jim Crow. It's just like these jokers like Byron Donald will come out talking about things were better when we were slaves and all that stuff because they're trying to make their white slave master feel not so bad about what they've done. The hell with that. So, this is the idiot stuff that he has come out and said. And you want to know why I talk the way I do about these raccoons? So it sparked immediate backlash from the black Democratic officials at a Philadelphia campaign event. Donalds, a Florida Republican, like Trump, suggests that things had gotten worse for black people after they embraced Democrats following President Lyndon Johnson's enactment of the Great Society programs in the 1960s, which expanded federal food stamps, housing, welfare, Medicaid for low income Americans. Well, I tell you what, Byron Donald, since you think Jim Crow is so good, let your handlers treat you like it's still Jim Crow. All the lynchings, all of people, doors getting kicked in by the Klan, and you sitting up here talking about it was better for black people then. My family lived through Jim Crow, especially the elders in my family. I ain't heard none of them talk glowingly about it yet because it wasn't. Here you got this Negro trying to paint a false narrative about what it was like for black men, women, and children during Jim Crow. He goes on to say, you see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative minded. Yeah, that part's true. But more black people voted conservatively. Donald, this is one of his Trump top allies in Congress and a campaign surrogate. Wow. See, here's the problem. They only tell part of the story. What happened to those Dixiecrats? What did they do? They all left and went over to the Republican side. See, that's the part y'all don't want to talk about. You always want to stop short on the truth. And Byron Donalds is doing the same thing. He is stopping short on the truth. And so, to me, if this is what you're going to talk about in order to win over black voters, this dude then fell flat on his face. Why would you have this topic of conversation and you're trying to win over more black voters for the Republican Party? Y'all don't have very right. I guess the Republican Party must be all tapped out. They don't have anybody with no damn common sense that can get up and speak to the black community. They don't have no one, y'all. No one. No one. They pick these raccoons, and they don't have no common sense. And they pick these, oh, they gonna vote for, they got sneakers. Oh, black people like sneakers. Is there anybody in the Republican Party with a fraction of common sense that can address the black community? Because right now we haven't heard one single thing that even makes common sense coming from y'all. You're doing a piss poor job in trying to win over the black community right now. And I mean poor. So, anyway, it just talks about how outraged some of the Democrats, Congressional Black Caucus. I really don't want to hear from these folks. And I'm not even going to talk about y'all. Y'all get on my nerve too. But the bottom line is, if Republicans want black votes, you're going to have to do a hell of a lot better when you address our people. Byron Donald getting up talking about black families being united during Jim Crow. I just don't know who is supposed to be impressed by that. Maybe himself. I don't know. Maybe that's the only one impressed with what he said. You notice all the way up until now, y'all, they have not spoken to the black community about one single issue. Yeah, we heard about Donald Trump's indictment and other silly things, but not one issue from the Republican Party. Not one issue when they get around black folk. And we know Trump don't have any plan. We know he don't have that either. Oh boy. Wow. Does he realize Emmett Till happened during Jim Crow? Yeah. Lake Lanier. That happened during Jim Crow. So we were better off being lynched and drowned and towns burnt down and white mobs trying to kick up dirt over a bunch of nothing as usual. We were better off with that. Wow. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.